It's no question that Alice has a gorgeous design, but upon further look, you'll find one of hoyoverse's favorite and overused design tropes. I'm talking about the detached sleeves, short dress, and thigh highs, of course. I want to take the time not only to gush over Alice's design, but also take note of what could have been different to make her design go from a great one to phenomenal. Please note, as of creating this video, Alice has not been released as a playable character, thus things like her splash art won't be present. I'll do my best to gather footage of her in-game so you can see the outfit. Let's briefly refamiliarize ourselves on who Alice is as a character. She's the mother of Klee and a mage of the Hexen Circle. We first heard her voice in the 1.6 summer event, and since then we've been building up to her reveal for years. She's a whimsical, cheerful, and somewhat mischievous witch that we recently learned spends much time at Teyvat's borders. In her self-introduction, we see various other titles for her, such as Final Boss and Dodo King. Thanks to her, we have these adorable Dodokos not only for Klee, but to represent the other witches as well. Speaking of Klee, many of the fans understood that Alice's official design would resemble her daughter in some way. They did not shy away from this at all. The first thing that catches my eye are the color palette similarities. They both have pale blonde hair, white and red as their main colors with some brown mixed in. The similarities are more prevalent with Klee's witch skin. Some have even pointed out that the two are so similar that the Tad's genes didn't even try. I can't wait to see this mother-daughter duo interact on screen beyond just a Dodoko device. I do love that the two share color palettes and that they both have Dodoko. Seeing how much Dodoko has appeared throughout the story, it shows that Alice loves her Dodoko creation and she's shared it with Klee. For me, Alice's reveal was no disappointment. It actually took my brain a second to register that the developers had actually just revealed her in the Not Cry trailer. I loved her design the moment it was revealed, and I knew Alice was going to be a must pull. However, after I let the recency bias pass, I managed to let my thoughts settle into what they are now. Let's start with the hat. I can tell exactly what the designers were going for, but I don't think the idea landed very well. It's a hat without the fabric and just the brim with some ornaments. Okay, and then we have the weird feather accessory on her head. I actually don't dislike the hat concept, but I do think there's one small detail that would have brought this to life. When I see floating rings around Alice's head, I stare at them because I want to see them move. If the rings rotated slowly around her head, I think that would really emphasize the magical part of Alice. It would also make the hat feel less awkward if it had some subtle movement like that. With her pyrovision attached to the side, I think it would be a fun little detail of seeing her vision slowly rotate with the golden trim. The next part I want to touch on is the rest of the outfit. We have seen this design style many times before in both Genshin Impact and other hoyoverse titles. Maybe you've seen this old video of mine where I first discussed this design recurrence in Honkai Star Rail. It consists of three main elements: detached sleeves, short dress, and thigh highs. Alice hits all three of these design tropes, and while it's not a bad trope, hoyoverse has definitely overused it to the point where Alice's design is not as unique as it could have been. I want to emphasize again that this isn't a bad choice, it's just been overused. The most frustrating thing about this design trope in Alice's design is that she does have unique elements. Her hair color is a beautiful pale blonde that's tied down low with Dodoko attached. While the hat can be seen as an odd choice, it's definitely unique and helps her stand out. I also really love her eye colors and the subtle design for the pupils. Alice has these unique elements, and of course, elements to her design that call back to Klee, such as the hair feather, the colors, Dodoko, her ears, etc. I just find myself puzzled with why they stopped there. I would have loved to see Alice wearing a frilly skirt instead of a piece of fabric barely covering her core. I would have loved to see a fancier shoe as opposed to the typical thigh highs. I actually thought they were a copy of Amber's thigh highs, but just with a bit more detail and without the red at the top. Instead of a typical detached collar that a lot of designs before Alice has, I would have loved to see a more intricate necklace that matches her hat. It's the little changes like this that can help Alice's entire design feel more unique and tied together instead of just a few parts. I've seen some debate over the light teal/blue colors with Alice, and I think it does work well, it just needs to be spread out a bit more. The lighter teal on the trails of her outfit and the inner of the sleeves. If this color appeared on her shoes or near her collar, I think that would help tie the accent colors together for a more balanced out design. I want to take a moment to look at one of the other Hexen Circle members, and no, not Nicole, though she does have some of the design tropes on her too. I want to take a look at Anya, who we see in the special animated cutscene for Durin's quest. Her design executed her theme as a writer so incredibly well. We have the paper hair clip on her hair. The hair is layered like post-it notes. We even see her skin unfolding like paper. She has a long dress that acts like a book cover, and the little frills look like pages within a book. She also has large feathers on her witch's hat to resemble that of a quill. For a character that most likely won't be playable, so much care and attention went into her design. Anya's dress doesn't follow the design tropes either, as we see poofy sleeves in a long dress instead of a short one. That being said, I'm not an expert in character design, and a lot of these are my personal preferences. Plus, Alice is still a beautifully designed character that I will be pulling for once she drops. Part of me wonder if longer clothing like these long dresses would be too much of a pain to animate without clipping issues, so they get around it by just doing short dresses, skirts, or shorts and pants. Even Nicole's longer dress has a slit down the side to flare it out 2 ways. At the very least, that part is more unique compared to other parts of this design trope. So, is the design trope bad? No, I actually really love detached sleeves, and short dresses and skirts can be really cute. With anything in life, too much of something can be a bad thing. I think that's what I'm running into. It's a great design dampened by the fact that I've seen this outfit style numerous times before. It doesn't make it bad. It just makes me wonder if a little more creativity could have been spared to elevate Alice to the next level. I want to know what you think about Alice's design. Is she a must-pull for you, or do you need some more convincing? Do you think the outfit is fine, or are you also tired of seeing the same outfit style used over and over? If you'd like to watch me go into more depth about Hoyoverse common design choices, you can watch my Honkai Star Rail fatigue video and or my video of 4 years of Genshin Impact designs. They're both over a year old now, so I'll apologize in advance for the quality, but I think I was able to highlight a lot of the repeated choices within them. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and consider subscribing. This extra video this week is my little Christmas gift for you all to share my gratitude. Thank you for watching my content, and I hope you have a great holiday. I hope to see you in the next one.